Okay, one more example. This problem is find the center of mass of the area under y equals 2 root x. Now, when I teach this class face-to-face, I've actually got a cutout of this thing made out of wood, and I like to get people to try to balance it and find the centroid that way. I don't have it with me now. It's actually in my office, and I'm at my house. But let's try to estimate where the center of mass is going to be, and then let's use the formulas to calculate it. Now, this thing is 16 units wide, so I'm gonna mark it up here. It's 16 units wide, and so here's the halfway point. But obviously, there's more mass on this side than on this side. So I'm gonna just eyeballing it. I think the answer is going to be somewhere in here. Now I'm going to do the same thing top to bottom. It's let's see, 0 to 2 root 16. So this is actually 8 up here, right? Yeah, 2 root 16 is 8. So halfway is going to be down here, which is 4. But there's definitely a lot more mass below that line than there is above it. So I'm just going to move it down slightly to here. That's not quite straight, but anyway, this is my guess right here for where the center of mass is. But let's use the formulas from above to work these out. I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to paste them down here. All right, so our x bar, let's do it first. Let's see, what is f of x? F of x is 2 root x. So x bar is going to be, well, actually, let's do this first. Let's do the total area. The total area is integral from 0 to 16 of 2 root x dx. So let's see, that's x to the 1/2. If you integrate that, you get x to the 3/2 divided by 3/2 or times 2/3. So that's 4/3 x to the 3/2 from 0 to 16. What is 16 to the 3/2? Well, you take the square root, you get 4. You cube that, you get you cube 4, you get 64. Multiply that by 4, you get 256. So 256 over 3. That's our denominator. All right, so for x bar, I'm just going to put a colon here. I'm going to do the integral, and then I'm going to divide it by the denominator. The top of this thing is integral, tell you what, the numerator of this thing is integral of x times 2 root x dx. And we're going from 0 to 16. So that's x to the 3/2. So you get 2 times, this becomes x to the 5/2, with a 2/5 on the front. So let's see, that's 4/5, 16 to the 5/2. So square root of 16 is, I think that's 1,024, but I'm just going to do it on my calculator. 16 to the 5/2. Yeah, 1,024. All right, so my x bar is going to be 4096 over 5 divided by that. So times the reciprocal of our numerator, or our denominator. So 4096 over 5 times 3 over 256 gives me 48 over 5, which is exactly 9.6. All right, and then let's see, y bar. Okay, for its numerator, we get integral of 1/2 times f of x squared dx, and that's going again from 0 to 16. So the 1/2, when you integrate 2x, or when you square 2 root x, you get 4x. So let's see, we get 2 integral from 0 to 16 of x dx. So it's going to be 2 times 1/2 x squared from 0 to 16. So that winds up just being 16 squared, which is 256. All right, that's my numerator. So my y bar is 256 divided by this thing up here. You can't see that. So divided by this. So 256 times 3 over 256 gives me 3. All right, so y bar, I'm going to write my answer as a point. The centroid is equal to, let's see, 9.63. All right, let's go back and see where that is. 9.6 and 3. So yeah, that's pretty close to where I had it there. And maybe I had a bit of an advantage here because I've done this before. But yeah, so that right there is a point that would be the center of mass or the centroid of this thing. All right, that's it for this section.